Okay, so one of my highly requested videos is how to tie off or knot off the end of your hand sewing. And you can use this technique on basically anything that you've hand sewn to finish off and make sure it doesn't come undone. So I've just come to the end of my ladder stitch. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tiny little stitch, and then just before it finishes pulling through, I'm going to pull my needle up through that loop, and I'm just going to slowly pull it until it becomes nice and tight. And I'm just going to do one more of those, again, tiny little stitch, and then I'm just going to put it back through that loop just before it pulls all the way through. Now, if you've got a stuffed item or an item like a scrunchie where you can pop your needle back through, you can just poke it back through the seam where you've done your knot, and then pull it up through a different part of your item. And then once you've pulled that through, you can just cut this thread off. And when you've pulled it, you can't see it. If you haven't got an item that you can put it back through, you can just do another little stitch along the seam line and pull it out that way. But you just want to sort of tuck the end back inside so that you haven't got a tiny bit of thread left dangling from your knot. And that's how you knot neatly. Obviously, I should note that you normally use a matching thread to tie your knots and do your hand stitching so that it's not quite as obvious, but even with an obvious thread, you can see it's quite small. I really hope you found this video useful. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you have any questions, please comment below and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. Happy handmade, everyone!